Hello, Damsels.
Hi.
If you're new here, I'm Crystal.
I'm Chris.
Hello, Damsels. Hello, Damsels. Welcome back to another episode. If you're new here, I'm Crystal.
And I'm Kristen.
And in our little corner of the internet, we rant and review all types of books.
This episode will be starting for season 3, and it's going to be kind of a fun episode. We're just going to be talking about our top 5 book boyfriends.
Yes, in the first half of our episode, we're going to list them. We thought it would be fun to sort of revisit this seasonally so that we can see the evolution of our book boyfriends. So we'll give those, and we'll also give reasons why they made it into our list. And then at the very end, we're going to do a fun sort of smash or pass bedroom lines edition, which I'm so excited for.
Me too. I'm super excited for this. But next week we're going to be continuing our regular book review schedule. So if you want to follow along with us, there'll be a link in the description below for our book schedule.
Mm-hmm. Without further ado,
let's jump into it.
Kristen, if you were going to wear the same outfit as me, I wish you would have told me.
I mean, it just showed up one day and I was like, this is perfect. I should wear this.
On the season 3 opener, you were like, let me wear the merch. And I was like, Kristen.
God damn it.
It's embarrassing. Oh, we're here. We're in the same shit. God damn.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I feel like, I don't know. It's cool, I guess. So cool that we had to wear it together.
Yeah. Obviously, it was planned. What a menace, though. For just like to tell somebody, like, hey, let's wear matching outfits. And then call them out.
Do you know how many times, too, we've accidentally done it in our episode? We like wear the same thing. We're just like, what's going on?
Like, first of all, how do we even have close things in our closet that we just pull it out?
And it happens to be on the episode that we're going to film. And it's so funny because I remember there's so many times that happened. I think the first season in particular.
Mm-hmm.
We're like
that sweater with the beads on the arm.
The fact that we both have a sweater with beads on it, yeah.
It's not the same sweater, but it's like ridiculously close.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's fun.
But anyways, yeah, we're rocking our merch. We just thought it would be a fun way to like spruce up season 3. Can you believe it?
Yeah, season 3. And this is gonna be a funny episode too. So like we like while we were planning it, we were both cracking up and like kind of trying not to keep each other in the loop for what we were gonna write in our smash or pass and stuff like that. But like we kind of wanted to talk about it, so we slightly did, and we were just cracking up. So we know this episode is gonna be hilarious.
It's gonna be a little rough too because I was really searching. I wasn't like searching for raunchy lines, but there's a specific person who I was trying to capture his essence throughout one line, and I think I did it, but it's a line. So I was laughing, trying to like in my own head, at home, like practicing. I'm like, I can't believe.
I didn't even practice any of it. I just like that's the one, and I just put it on there. I don't know how I'm gonna read it now. Most of them mine are not as raunchy, but like even still saying them, it's like I don't feel right.
Yeah, it'll be fun. So like just know, at least for me, my lines. This is not safe for work. Okay, don't be blasting this in your work. This is not for 18 and under. These are some lines.
Yeah, these are also adult books, and there might be some spoilers. Because we are going to talk about our top 5, and we are going to give reasons on why. So just know that there'll be spoilers. I'm going to say the name of the book prior to, so if you kind of want to like not listen, plug your ears for the book that we'll be talking about.
Yeah, and just know that all of the top 5, except I think your honorable mentions and your first, we've already covered these books. Like all of my tops, we've already covered these books. So if you've been following along with us, like these won't be spoilers for you. But if you're just tuning in, like it'll probably be a spoiler. But like Kristen said, we will let you know what book it comes from so that you won't be too like caught off guard. Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm super stoked to talk about our top 5 and
Me too.
Our smash or pass.
I think we should start with our 5 and work our way up. And we can go. You can go first. I'll do my 5, 4, 4.
Okay. So do you want to do? What did you say? You want to do list them, and then do one individually, or did you want to?
We should plan this. You think we would? We spent way too much time today building our set. than planning how we wanted to break down our book.
We just knew we wanted to talk about our top 5. We didn't know how we wanted to talk about it. I think we should both do we should go low up.
Yes.
Actually.
Do we want to, okay, I think we should go low up, say the name, the book, and then the reason why, and then you'll do yours, I'll do mine.
Okay.
So, Kristen.
my 5, my number 5? Okay, so my number 5, let me put it in here, is Renown Rowan Elm short from the Shepherd King duology. I have him as number 5 because, well, you know, I kind of want him to be higher, but I put him as number 5 for, because he's not really, doesn't have a whole lot of parts. There's only 2 books in the season, and I feel like the author should write more books on him, and maybe he'll be my number 1.
Please.
But yes, he is definitely my number 5, and it's from the Shepherd King duology by Rachel Gilly. Did you want to like wait to talk about?
No, you could say what made him your 5.
What made him my 5 is right off from book 1, his snarky little attitude, and then like that marketplace scene. Like if you watch the episode where we talk about it in the One Dark Window, I am all for him in that. I was deep into the Elm love after that scene with the marketplace. I was just, but book 2, Two Twisted Crowns, everything about that book screamed Elm. I just loved him, and there's specific parts in those books, like the part when he went to go save I don't know how to say her name, Ione. Yeah, he went to save her. That whole scene, and the chalice scene near the fireplace, gold. And then there's a throne scene that I fucking love too. So I don't want to get too specific on like all of that, but like the things he says, the way he is with her is just love.
Yes,
love it. Do you want to say your 5?
My 5 is Slade, which if you've been following us, you know there's a love-hate relationship, which is why he is solidly at 5. Because I love this man. The thing that made me sort of like really take notice of him is of course Gleam. The whole entire book, he's great. But what did it for me, because he sort of, it was love-hate the whole time. But what did it for me really was book 4 at the end when he comes and he saves Aaron from the cage that she's in. This man, he's mad, he's upset, he gets off his, I don't even remember what he's on. What did he come on? I don't even remember.
It's like his, I always think of it as like a griffin bird, but it's not. It's something else. I forget what it's called.
Anyways, he gets off his mount. And as he's walking to her, he's fucking killing everybody. Not a hesitation, not a thought. He's melting people with rot. Yeah. And then, like, the way he acts towards the people, like, he's yelling at all these people, like, you better fucking let her out or I'm gonna kill everybody. He's, like, raging against them. And something about that display of power and just, like, really willing and readiness to just fuck up everybody. He doesn't give a shit. No hesitation. Like, I love it. Yeah. But what's the reason he's at 5 and not any higher is that we've already discussed this, and if you followed all of the Plated Prisoners, you know his fucking smut is outrageous, and I hate that. It's so cringy. So that's why he's solidly at 5. He would be higher if he would just shut the fuck up during sexy time. Yes. He would probably be like a 3.
Yes.
But unfortunately,
Agreed. He would be my 3 too. Yeah. But he is. Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
He is my 4.
Okay.
The reason why he's 4 is because it's the smut. But I have to put him a little bit higher only because his power. I could just like tune out the smut part, and I actually tuned out half a book for him. So like he lands my 4 because not only the spot that that one scene that you mentioned, but there's a library scene.
Yes.
The scene on the balcony when he changes his he shifts to his other personality and tells her like, you know, the one person, because I think she was more into the commander of him, the commander side of him. So, and she was still not into his king side. So like he had to like, he shifted into the king right before he kissed her to be like, no, this is the same person.
You need to accept all of this.
Yes.
I love both of them.
I love
the commander and I love the king.
I think I love the king a little bit more because he is King Rot.
And also the fave side of him comes along with like spikes on his back, spikes on his arm, which like I'm not saying no. I just
It's a little bit much.
And what I like more is the like veins of rot on his face. Like that is way sexier to me.
And he has the green eyes.
And the green eyes.
Yeah, when he's King Rot.
Yeah.
Also, like there's another scene on the staircase where he helps her up the stairs and like he grips her, puts a rope on the mug, and he just and this is all in the same day. Like the I think the library scene I think is maybe the day before or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's all close together and it's all in the Gleam book. And that is the best book of the series, and it's what solidifies my love for Slade. Yeah, he can do no wrong in that book. Except for like a couple of scenes.
And I don't even think they do towards the end, they actually do sleep together. So you're like still new to his smut and you're like, maybe he's just a little excited.
But even in the beginning of the smut scene, right before they do it, where the sun's coming down and he's waiting, that is such a great fucking scene.
Yes, that is a great scene.
Yeah, up until the smut.
And he does everything right.
Yes, up until the smut.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it's fucking fantastic. So that's why he's my number 4.
My number 4, I put Carden as my number 4, Carden Greenbrier from the Folk of the Air series. I struggled with the number 4 because I think when we did this the very first time, like season 1 or something, I had Cassian and Azriel on my list, and I think I just sort of put them there because as a placeholder. So when it came down to really me having to pick if I was going to keep Cassian, because it wasn't going to be Azriel. Because, like, you don't even know much about him.
I mean, other than his presence and his, like,
Shadow
look.
Daddy.
Yeah,
and he's I like the vibe. So that's why he was on my list. But when it came down to Cassian or Carden, the problem with Cassian for me is that he's just very golden retriever sort of personality.
Yes, he is.
In a sense. And I'm really just not into that. So when I'm thinking about these guys that I do like, I like Carden. I like his, like, drunken, aloof, I don't give a fuck personality, but like under all of that, he's super smart and he's super powerful. Yeah. So I love all of that about him.
And he lets his woman...
I was about to say that. But under all of his fucking power, he's like, my woman is the one who you need to deal with. Like, he bows down to her power. He bows down to her, like, strength in battle. And, like, without any hesitation. Like, so confident in himself and his love for her that he's like, yeah.
And he don't even give a shit what other people say. Because there be people talking about how... Oh, the king don't do anything. He just lets his woman do everything.
His mortal woman.
Have you not seen my wife?
He'd be hyping her up. Like, yeah, please. Like, please let her handle it because...
She'll fucking cut your throat, stuff you under the bed, and bury you in the stables.
Yeah. And I was even joking with Kristen, too, that, like, if I could put Jude on this list, I would have Jude... because she's wifey. Yeah. So, like, honestly, I'm here for the thruple. I'm here for the Jude Carden.
Which she is against, usually.
Yes. Don't hand me no reverse harem.
I got it, though. I got him.
But anyway, so yeah, I have Carden there just for pure, like, I love him and I can't deny it. Even though I want him to be with you, I don't want him to be with me. Like I said, I'm here for the throuple. Yeah. So that's why.
So we ready for number 3?
Mm-hmm.
My number 3 is Draco, which she thinks is a sin. And, you know, I kind of agree, but my other 2 are a little bit more like...
disrespectful.
He is 3, though. He's still up there. He's so Draco Malfoy from Manacled specifically, but I also like him from Breath Mints and Battle Scars, and Draco Malfoy in the mortifying ordeal of being in love, thankfully presented to me by Crystal, who got me more into fanfiction than I kind of wanted to dip my toes in. But Manacled is fantastic. There's so many scenes in Manacled that I absolutely love, but I'm just going to narrow it down to a part of the book, and it's the flashback. The flashback part of Manacled is where I fell in love with Draco, because the beginning had me like... There was one scene in the beginning where I was like, I kind of like this, but I questioned why, because like the whole beginning of the book is very abusive. Not really because on everybody's part, but the second part of that book is where I fell in love with them. I was waiting for every moment I could possibly get where Hermione and Draco were together, because there was large parts of the book where they're apart, they get back together, they get apart. I'm like, you're just like wanting more and wanting more. And so every time he does come into play with Hermione, it's fantastic. And the reason why he is my number 3 is because this guy... I wrote it down. I have to read it because like I don't know how else to say it. But he's one of those guys who exudes like calm, cool, and collected. However, underneath he is like chaos waiting to erupt just by any misstep of anything causing harm or just even a look in Hermione's way, he will fucking burn the goddamn planet down. He don't even care. He don't even care, and I love it. I love his insanity. He gutted somebody for her. Like, this man is too fucking, like, crazed, and I love it. I love it. I'm here for all of that. Also, when, like, there's specific scenes that I do enjoy. It's where he saved Hermione from a trap that they were going to go save Ron. It was a trap set to save Ron, and he just gets there and he just fucking kills everything. And I'm gonna leave the part for Crystal because I know there's a lot she wants to talk about. So I'm just gonna say the scene. I'm gonna set the tone. But there's a scene where he goes and saves Hermione, and that's fucking great. But I will save the rest for somebody's top.
We're on 3 right now. Okay. So my 3 is Elm. I put Elm, and I'm going to piggyback on a lot of what Kristen said. It really was, so it was the marketplace that definitely, like, I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Because at that point, you're supposed to be in the world of Raven. Is that his name, right? No. Raven, yeah. So, he's the main focus, but he got my attention. It wasn't until, obviously, book 2, when that becomes more of Elm's book. But it is 100% the fucking chalice scene when they're hidden in the fucking room. And I love it because, like Kristen said, it's like his dedication to proving how much he's obsessed with Ione that makes him so hot. Because he's there because he's the reason he is there doing this is because they made some bet about, like, he didn't recognize her until after she took the maiden card and became beautiful. And he's like, I'm absolutely going to prove you wrong. I've essentially loved you forever is what his thing is. So they do the chalice thing. But really, so that's all fun and great. Like,
and it's a kiss he bets for.
It is a kiss he bets for, and it's from his point of view, and he's funny. Internally, he's funny because he's panicking. He knows this is a bad idea because she's asking him all of, like, the worst questions. Yeah. And the chalice is supposed to tell the truth. He has to tell the truth.
And he can't understand. Like, he's not trying to because he's got secrets from her. So, like, he's trying to, but he can't resist the kiss. Like, he's just like, I'll put it all on the line for this fucking kiss. And he is. And he does.
And it's so they get through it. They go all this. He proves to her. He gets his kiss. He makes his move. They're heavy making out. And this man, this is what got me right here. This man, she's like panting, and he wants to, like, take her dress off, and he's about to. He tells her, "Beg me to." I about died. I fainted. I passed out. I was like, "Oh my God!"
I'm just gonna have to say right now, that's one of my past lives.
I nailed it. Smash.
You nailed it. I want to see if you can get the other one too. Then.
Smash! Yes. No hesitation. No.
Yes. When I heard that too, I about fucking died. I was like,
holy shit. Yeah.
This book, when I read that part, this book threw me for a loop. I was like, why is this a book who has no smut, completely young adult, throwing me like I'm feeling like all these hot waves?
Whew, yeah, I don't know what it was about that. He
was saying that to her.
He said that to her.
Beg me to take your fucking clothes off me.
And she was about to, and then they get interrupted, and that's like the cheer. Because I've always said it, I love funny and sexy moments.
And I love the interruptions.
I love the fucking. It was so.
The interruption made me so mad. I was so volatile.
Because I was like, in it with her, and I was like, wait.
Yeah, I was like, and then she runs off. He's like, come back. I'm like, come back.
I fucking love it. I fucking love it.
I about died.
That is that is the 100% scene that was like click, click him right into my list. But what brings him so far up is because he's so simping over her. Yeah. And I said it in the episode, but I'm going to say it again. There is so much discourse online about guys telling other guys what girls want, and I'm here to tell you, a girl, what girls want is guys that are simping over them constantly. And also, this man
keeping their I don't know, they're calm about them, not like groveling.
No, it is a very confident, sophisticated simping. Yes. And I'll give you a perfect example of when he does this, and he makes no, like, every opportunity that he can slide it in. I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about his confidence that he likes her. He does it, and one of them is. And it's so simple, but it made me swoon. But they're like flirting in the library, and he has to like sign some contracts or whatever because he's becoming king. So the dude comes to the table, and she's like, "All right, well, I'm gonna like get up and go." And he's like, "No, you're gonna stay here." And she's like, "No, I'm just gonna get in your way." And he's like, "Right where I want you," and makes her sit down. And she's like, Shit like that.
Yeah.
And he does that the entire time. Every time she's like, I'm gonna do this, he's like, no, I want you here. This is where I want you in my way.
He's
I want you
confident
by my
about
side.
it too.
Doesn't hesitate. And then he's like bringing her dresses. Like he goes and fetches her dresses, brings it back. Like this man. And he did this in one book.
One book.
He is my top 3 in one book.
One book. And not even like the whole book is about him. It's like half split with Raven You, The Nightmare.
Yes.
And so like she manages to do this in under 150 pages of just Elm.
Yeah. And I think what really helps is being in his mind.
Yes.
Like, because he's funny. I love like his role as king is also playing a role, and like he's just hot. It's like the power station that he has. He also says to her something like, "I'll be your king,
I'll be your servant as well," or some shit like that.
But I'll never be your keeper, only your servant.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes, the fucking words coming out of his mouth are just perfect. So like FYI, I am super excited to read her next book because I'm hoping I'm getting these same lines. Or at least something similar. Because
I need another man.
I can't resist. And I just hope she throws an Elm book out there somewhere in the future. Because, like, I can't.
Yeah,
I need this.
I want to see King Elm ruling.
Yeah.
Doing his thing. I want to be a part of it, please.
Yes. But, yeah, easily, I completely agree. Him being a top 3. I wish I could put him higher. But, like, these other men are just like...
And it's hard, too, because he's battling with men that have a lot more page space to have made a bigger impression.
Exactly. That's exactly why he's my 5, because if we had more, he would be more. But...
So 3.
Right?
No, 2.
I'm on 2. Okay. So my 2, and this was questionable for me. I kept it there because I didn't have time to go back and really reread the whole series to remember why he's my 2, but it's an obvious choice.
We have the same 2 then.
Yeah, it's Reese. The reason why he's 2 is because from the minute I read about him, from the minute I stopped reading about him, I was in love with him. And I kept thinking, I was like, is there any reason why I want to lower him? And there really isn't, because every time I think back at anything I've read about him, which was a long time ago now, I think almost 2 years ago since I've read this book.
Yeah.
And he still sits in my memory. Now, I can't tell you how I feel about almost any of the other ones, but I don't think I would remember as much as I do from any of the other characters. I mean, Elm I probably would, because it was not a whole lot. But even a lot of Draco things I'm trying to remember. I don't remember half of the stuff he said, but I could remember a lot of Reese stuff. And I think it's because maybe it's just always out on social media and I can recall based off of just seeing that stuff. But like when I think about it, this man saved a whole town with just his mind.
Yeah.
That's powerful shit.
Yep.
He controls shadows. He does mind control. Like, he's all about his woman, and he still maintains his distance to allow her to do what she wants to do. And he's there for her when she needs him. And I also love the flirting that he does. Is super confident, and I love all of that. I know a lot of people think that it was like out there a few times. I've noticed that it was like very controversial about how he protected her under the mountain. I love it. I don't give a shit.
I also loved it.
There's also that scene where he brought her to the nightmare court and sat her on his lap and did all. I loved it. I loved every aspect. People were like, well, he's not morally gray, and then you got people saying he is morally gray because of all the sexual assault he did to her. I don't care. Controversy aside, I fucking love him. I love everything about him. When he saw her for the first time, I saw him for the first time, and I was immediately in love. I did not even... Once she introduced him to us in the first book, I was already like, this guy already sounds like my heaven. I couldn't wait to hear more of him. So when she went on the mountain and he was there, I was like, I already love him. He painted her in one color so no one could touch her. Like, I loved all of that. I already knew he was possessive and wanted her, even before book 2. And then when book 2 came out, that's where it solidified everything. I loved him having to make her go get her own fucking ring without her knowing.
I love that. Some people hate that.
I fucking love it.
I did too.
Well, he had no option because his mom did that.
Yeah.
And I think that was fucking hilarious. He already knew he wanted her to go get it because she's his maid. So, like, and the scene with the paint in the cabin, I love that too. I loved it all.
Yeah.
So, like, he's my number 2 because of that. And I think one of these days I'm going to reread just to make sure that I am completely into him being number 2. But I think I am.
Same.
Yeah.
He is also my number 2. And it's funny because I was also making the joke to Kristen that, like, I don't remember any reason why. Like, I'm struggling to come up with the specific. I did deep dive back into my mind about what something that stands out to me the most that I remember, like, having a chokehold on me, and it's, of course, in A Court of Mist and Fury. And I remember starting to really love him when he was calling in that bet for her to have to come and visit him. And of course, the like most infamous line from it is when he pops in at her wedding. He's like, "Hello, fair darling." So that's probably the spot that I was like, I'm obsessed with him. And then he continues to sort of like be this arrogant asshole every time he pops in. He's like fighting with Tamlin about why she's not being fed enough. Yeah. Like I loved all of that about him. And I loved this too because we're still like unsure of who is he? What is he doing? But he's like caring for her. I love how he teaches her how to read by making her write those sentences about how he's fucking her. Like I love all of this asshole snarky type of shit. I love it. So that is where I fell in love with him. Everything else was just sort of cherry on top of that, but it was those moments that I remember to this day just like being obsessed with that.
Exactly. And that's hard to do because like a lot of these characters, you're like, oh, I love them, but then you're like, years later, you can't remember why. Mm-hmm. I have to reread books for that, and it's like, this I didn't even have to reread, I was able to pull that out of my head just by basically thinking.
Exactly, yeah. But like you said, I would also like to probably, maybe when she finishes the series, to like reread everything, and
that's
but I do remember him like being obsessed with him right after the book, and for a while. Like I think it took until Draco came along where I was like, whoa!
Very similar, me too. I think I was reading Slade too. I'm just like, I don't know, is he my number one? And then he opened his mouth and he starts like, no, he's not.
He's always gonna have that Scarlet Letter right on to him. Like, Slade's cool and all, but his sex scene is really bad. But anyways, Kristen, who is your number one?
Okay, I know this is gonna be like people are gonna be like, what? So I am heavily into Blood and Ash, but I love the prequel a lot more. And his name is so fucking weird, so I prefer to call him Ash, but it's Nyktos. But I prefer to call him Ash. He's the primal of death. Oh, of course. Mm-hmm. I'm infatuated with death characters. Death and Shadow guys. But he is like the Shadow Daddy Supreme. You'll see that all over TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that. They'll call him Daddy Nyktos and stuff. Shadow Daddy Nyktos. He is fantastic. I fell in love with him every time he was on paper, to be honest. Because right in the beginning there's a prologue, and the FMC is supposed to go to him as a consort, and he denies her right off the bat. And so she's like, what the fuck did I do wrong? And so she's questioning herself. But like unbeknownst to her, he ends up seeing her like in town or whatever. They end up making out and stuff like this. And then later down the road, she finds out the whole time it was him. But there's one scene in particular where she's a princess, kind of like an undercover princess, whatever. She gets abused by her brother heavily, and he comes and saves her. And that scene where he like shadows like consume the fucking room, and then they come back into the center and it forms him, and then he just starts fucking looking at the guards, and they just crumble to pieces and shatter, and some of them their skin peels, their eye. It's King Ra on crack. And so then after that, he like eyeballs the brother. He's fucking terrified, pissing his pants and shit. And that whole scene is so descriptive. And on top of that, he's like, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna let her do it. And so what she does, because she was being whipped by him, she takes the whip, shoves it down his fucking mouth, and kills him. And that whole scene,
that's crazy.
I was like, I'm in love. The brutality.
The violence and gore.
Yes. That whole book is violence and gore. I mean, it is the primal of death. He does some crazy shit. Yeah. But there's some other scenes too. I mean, of course, it wouldn't be a Shadow Daddy Supreme if he doesn't her with the shadows. It was so
great. Amazing.
Yeah, so like the whole book, I'm just gonna leave it to those because I don't want to give it too many spoilers, but those are my top two, and I was just like, this man has my heart. I love him.
Yeah, Kristen talks so much about him. I think like I didn't like Blood and Ash, but I'm like, I might be interested in a
I don't know if you
Shadow Daddy.
I don't know, because it's definitely her writing, and like you'd have to. I mean, I think you didn't mind her writing before.
Yeah, no, I didn't mind that.
But it is a disappointing series, though. I like the first... It's just like Blood and Ash. You know how it starts to slow down?
Yeah.
The first two books are great. Then the third book is I didn't like it.
I feel like that's where she loses a lot.
Well, because she ends up with his uncle. Remember I told you?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And that whole book is about her getting away from his disgusting uncle. I'm like, I can't do this. If you guys don't really care about spoilers, she ends up taking this glass dildo, breaking it, and stabbing people. I'm like, this is wild.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but that's my number one.
my man.
That's my man. Shadow Day. Oh, there's a lake scene too where he messes around with her at the lake. Oh, beautiful.
Oh, that's amazing. To no surprise to anyone who's been following along with us, my number one is Draco. He is so far above the rest of everybody in this list that he's never moving. Of course, what solidified him is Manacled. But I love all of the versions of Draco that I've read. I have not disliked a single one. But okay, so specifically, everything in Manacled is it. Like, yeah. You just pick a page, pick a scene. I'm like, that's the one.
I don't know about the sexual abuse stuff. It's probably not.
Yeah, but when you learn why.
He is really.
Yo, I'm here for it. There's like literally nothing this man can do. And it's funny because if you're just reading Manacled, you're like, this fucking girl is crazy.
Right? Like, that's why I said the first half it made me question whether or not I why do I like him?
Well, I'm going to touch on that because you mentioned it. But so there were scenes in the beginning that caught my attention. And one of them is, of course, when Astoria's gouging her eye out. And this man, fucking teleports cross-continental and explodes into the room. Like,
you're not supposed to be able to do that.
You're not supposed to be able to do that. And also, he was visibly, like, struggling with what he saw. And it made you be like, why do you care? Like, why are you, like, this man who's calm, cool, and collected, he's like, how do I fix your eye? Like, low-key
so
panicking.
Sweet, too.
And you don't know why, because right now he's still the villain. And so, but I was definitely like, that was hot. That explosion.
It is hot.
Like, yelling at Astoria.
He beat the shit out of her, threw her across the fucking room.
I'm like, you're essaying my girl right now, but like...
My God.
that was sexy.
There was another scene before that, too, where he was kissing her.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, when he kisses, starting to look at... Okay. So but that was like, that's weird. But this one was like, wow, that's hot. And then the scene where he disembowels Montague.
Yes! My favorite.
Like, again, he's still the villain, but you're like...
My favorite scene. Like, one of my favorites.
Bro.
Like, he fucking put those goddamn intestines up in the... wrapped them around his hand.
I'm gonna make you eat this, or no, I'm gonna strangle you with this, or something like that. I don't know, but again, he's still a villain. But you're like, that's super hot. Why are you so aggressive about it, bro?
Oh no, don't question that.
Okay.
Don't question.
So all of those had me looking. I was looking intently, but obviously the main scene is
the flashback.
When he appears. So again, she gets captured because she's going to go capture Ron. She is about to get stabbed, and this man. Boom, he's on the field. He's walking full Death Gear attire.
That Death Eater attire. Those Death Eater girlies now, they're going to Universal Studios. This is the scene.
Yeah, this is the scene. So he's walking onto the field. He is doing nonverbal curses. Not all of them, but a lot of them are nonverbal curses. He's he's liquefying the ground and swallowing people whole. And like Kristen said, it's just like mass murder efficiency, and it's brutal, and it's confident, and it's like...
It's sexy.
He's
walking like he's on the catwalk as he's killing people. Like, this motherfucker.
No hesitation. The dude didn't even think about it. He got a note from her that said that she was going here, and he was like, oh my fucking God. He shows up, and she describes it, and I have some of the quotes. She says, Draco's style was brutal efficiency. He wasn't concerned with maiming or causing pain. He didn't want prisoners. He killed everyone. He showed no hesitation as he moved through the panicking Death Eaters around him. The ways he could conceive of rapidly killing people was terrifying. It was entirely a numbers game, minimum effort, high return. There's something about this display of power to go get your girl who's about to get murdered on the field.
And then he's angry about it.
He's angry.
Why are you pissed off?
Here? Yeah. And then she makes him save everybody else, and he's even more fucking annoyed, but he does it anyways. But that's a man that does not hesitate to kill everybody to get her, and that is so hot.
And the cute thing about it too, he used hummingbirds.
Oh yeah,
which is her. Mm-hmm. It's her little thing that she did, in the movies and the books. She would create hummingbirds, and that he used those
as bullets to penetrate and then come back out, and then he sends them out again.
Yeah. That's what she does too.
That is what she does. It's so.
Also, I really love the idea that he put a bubble and suffocated everybody.
At the very end, to really finish the job. This man killed hundreds of Death Eaters.
In an instant.
In an instant. Grabbed his girl, saved the day. This man stood on business. He came in and he handled the situation, and he walked out with her. And then took her back to the shack. Had all of the potions and shit because he knew he was going to have to save her ass one day. Yeah. And saves her and gets her all
in a hidden compartment in the cabin.
And I just, like, you cannot top that. There is no topping this in my mind. This man is, like, the most powerful, the most sexy.
He is fucking wonderful. He is fucking wonderful. Yeah.
So there we have it. Our top five.
Ooh, honorable mentions.
Oh, that's right. Oh my god, we
gotta go back.
Right past that. Well, while you get yours, I'll say one of mine.
Okay.
My first honorable mention, which is in spot number 2, would be Theodore Knott. Now, you haven't read it, but we will be reading it, so I'm not going to give too much of a spoiler. Yeah. And it's specifically Theodore Knott from Secrets and Masks, because I came to that, obviously, for Draco, but this Theo in this book is fucking outrageous. And if you've read it, you know, but he lost somebody that he loved. And so he is out of fucking control, but in, like, the best way. Like, he's murdering people, he's torturing people, but he's, like, doing it with so much I don't give a fuck. Like, he's singing songs out on the battlefield. I think, like, We Are the Champion. He's singing, and he's, like, shooting his fucking, dancing around, like, murdering people in cold blood without a care in the world. Because it's almost like if Draco had lost Hermione and he's just stuck in the world, right? No. And he's just killing people, like, he doesn't even care anymore.
No, he would not give a shit.
That's the vibe he's given. But, like, this total chaos. He's funny. So I love him. And so when I see him pop up in other ones, I'm like, he's never the same and he's never quite that crazy. But I always think of this one. And I can't wait for you to read it because I want to know your opinion on it too. But yeah, came for Draco, literally was in love with Theo.
That's funny.
And he's cute too. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
That's more my look anyways, but damn.
Do you have another honorable mention?
I do. Osric from Slay the Prisoner is the other one.
That's a beautiful one. I love that one.
Specifically the scene where he is with Rissa for the first time and she fakes her orgasm and he's so upset and he, like, spanks her and, like, just the way he treats her, the fact that does not give a shit that she was a royal saddle. No. Like, he's like, no, you ain't playing any show with me, like, don't do this shit with me. What we got is real. I love him, and he's like this big giant of a man.
How did she describe him?
Like, he looks like he just got done training soldiers, riding a horse and chopping wood.
Same thing.
And he just smells of just, like, ogre man. Like, I don't know what it is about this, but I'm into this. He's almost like Cassian, but, like, better, like gruffer.
Yeah,
so I like that a lot about him.
Yeah, with more of an attitude.
And, like, I don't know, there's something about that. That's real hot.
Agreed, because I was into him too in those books. Mm-hmm. Sometimes even a little bit more than Slade.
Yeah, because his bedroom talk was much better. His performance was much better.
Yeah, I was like, couldn't they just had swapped his bedroom talk with Slade?
Because you only get, like, one Osric scene. Like,
and I can imagine that Osric probably would have been more of a Slade talker in the bedroom.
Yeah.
So it's like, it would have made more sense if they swapped bedroom talk. But
no, he performed perfectly.
Yeah.
His words were... I should have looked to see what he said during that scene, so I could have pulled one from a Snatcher Pass, but I did not. Shame on me. But anyways, that's my honorable mentions.
Those are good ones. I do like them. I'm really excited to read Secrets and Masks for your Theo being your honorable mention.
I literally cannot wait for your opinion on that.
Pretty soon.
In June.
Well, my honorable mentions one's from a book that we haven't read together on the show. It's from the Bespelled Bewitched series, which is such an odd read. Okay, like, this girl is a witch and she was trying to get into a covenant, but she can't because she has memory loss, which causes her inability to perform a lot of the duties they'd like her to do. Mm-hmm. So she keeps these journals, and this is important because the guy that the MMC is crazy. So she keeps these journals so she can remember stuff. Mm-hmm. Well, anyways, she's trying to get into this covenant, and one of the things they want her to do is to explore. So she explores, and she finds this voice, like, pulling her towards it, and she ends up having to deplane, and crazy shit ends up happening. Anyways, she meets this guy Memnon, who ends up being like she's a reincarnated wife of his, and she's trying to be like, no, and he's like, yes. But in this place that she finds him, it's like all over the walls of this, like, cave area he's in, it says that she betrayed him and put him to a curse. But she's like, I did not do that. That wasn't me. I'm like, that's my reincarnated self, I guess. And that's not me. Anyways, this man is off the fucking wall. He frames her for murder. He loves her, too, by the way. He's trying to win her back. Oh. But he feels like he needs to at least, like, because she doesn't want nothing to do with him. So he's just trying to, like, egg her on and cause her chaos to come to him. And so, like, he frames her for murder. He burns all her journals.
Damn, it's so romantic.
Yeah, and forces her into a deal to marry him. Wow. I'm in love.
Take notes.
It sounds crazy, but like the way he does it, it's just like, no, you crazy son of a bitch. It might work. And
it does. Just work.
And it does. It does work. It does work. Also, she gets revenge by burning down his mansion, so.
That's fair. Can I just say, I hate the name. What is that name, though?
I don't fucking know.
It sounds like nom nom nom. Like, what are you
I mean, he is nom nom nom.
I guess it's fitting.
I would nom nom nom. And yeah, in the book, I didn't read his name. I just passed over it, yeah. But also, the book isn't finished yet, so it's a series. The novella for how he met his reincarnated wife will be coming out in like July-ish, I think, June or July, so... Yeah, if you don't like reading books that aren't finished, don't do that. Because I did that and I hate that. Because it ends on a fucking cliffhanger, like always.
Yep.
Also, my other honorable mention, of course, is another from Blood and Ash. It's Castile. Specifically the first book, guys. Specifically the first book. I'm in love with that first book when I met him. Actually, I like that first book as a whole. That first book is really good.
The first book is good.
Yeah, but like how like immediately steamy off the bat when she meets this guy, and I'm like, I love that because I'm not a slow burn girly. I prefer it to be a little bit more. And but it's not like she meets him, they're into it, and then that's the whole book where they're into it the whole time. No, she's trying to like not get with him because she's supposed to remain a virgin, which is so stupid to me. But yeah, so they have this weird like sexual tension throughout the whole book, and that Willow scene is always my favorite.
That's a good scene.
That's my favorite scene. It's because of that scene and the scene in the that I don't know what you call it. The cat house, I'm gonna call it. Yeah. Like those two scenes were the reason why he's my honorable mention.
Yeah, I would agree. Castell's a good pick if you're just looking at book one.
Yeah.
But like even I'm not saying he's a bad pick later on. But, it's not my pick.
He also does rip a spine out of somebody for trying to kill his girl. So I'm like, I love that scene too. That scene's pretty fucking good. I don't know if you guys noticed the theme, but we really love a guy rescuing his girl with brutal force.
Yeah, non-hesitating violence, just gore. I don't even care how gory it is. Ripping somebody's innards out in front of them, like, go for it.
Their spine, their innards, snapping their neck, making them go into themselves and rot, like, all that.
The violence of it all. It's fine.
The brutality.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, we love it. Enjoy it.
Yeah. I mean, that's a man who is not hesitating to do anything. He's just like...
I also love the library scene where she's hanging out the window.
That's the best scene.
Clutching. Like, I love that fucking
That's
scene.
the one thing is I liked Poppy a lot because she was silly and she was funny. She reminded me kind of a lot of Aaron, where they didn't really take themselves too seriously. They were in crazy situations. She's like, I'm going to hop out the window, I guess. And he's just like...
He sees her, he's like... I tried to... Like, remember we were reading all of the Plated Prison? I was like, this is so Blood and Ash to me that...
More than Akatana, for sure.
Yeah.
Also, isn't there a scene where she, like, had snuck out and they're like under a bridge or something and she has like a dagger to him or something like that?
Oh no, that is the tower scene. I love that scene too.
Okay, that's a good
She's
one.
Like shooting arrows. She snuck out to shoot arrows to kill these like vampire zombie type things. And he follows her up there. This is at the point where she's pretending to be not the same girl that was at the cat house. And then he tells her she's a beautiful
violent creature,
yeah. And so then they have a fight. I love that.
Yeah,
their fight scene is so
That's probably
hot.
My favorite scene of that book.
Oh, so hot.
Yeah. It's good. That's good. He's not a bad honorable mention.
That first book is definitely my favorite Castile.
Yeah. But really the killer for me is who he turns out to be. It's not bad. It's not bad.
It's obvious. It's an obvious thing, and I feel like she does that quite a bit in that series too, where it's just like, oh come on. Then it continues that way. She ends up getting more and more obvious as
And it just sort of ruins, like, who he set himself up to look like he was doing. Like, he was like, I'm going to go against the king. I'm going to dishonor my rank for you. And then it's like,
but
well, you
none
weren't
of that
even...
really mattered.
Yeah, it didn't, like, go, so that was a lie.
Yeah.
That's how it felt.
He was able to do that because he didn't give a fuck.
Because it wasn't real. It was just like, I was way hotter when it felt like it was real.
I do like when he announced who he was, though, to her. That scene in the snow.
Yeah. Oh.
When he finally said, when she stabbed him and she ran off and she was crying and then he caught up to her and she said, say my name, say who I really am.
That was a good one.
That scene, like that whole book for me, Castile would be up there. But because of the following books, I didn't feel like he was so intense after a while. Yeah. I mean, there was still a few scenes where I was like, I just do love Castile. Castile would be my top 10.
Well, see, I think sometimes that's what's hard when you don't do a slow burn. Like if you give the relationship at the first, it's like it gets boring, in my opinion. Later down the line in the books,
I feel like it wasn't necessarily their relationship together because their relationship together was fine. It was how he started to just lay back and just like, I don't know, he didn't continue the same gruff that he had in the previous book. He kind of started to like tone down his gruffness, and I'm just like, but I love this character where he was, I don't know, I just felt like he's toned down his personality, and I didn't like that. So it's like, no, dude, just fucking still go at it.
Rip those pines out.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, there you have it. Our top 5 with our 2 honorable mentions. And now on to the best part, I really feel like.
Our smash or pass.
So this will be a fun game. This game was birthed from, I think we're making jokes about Slade versus Zayd's bedroom talk. And so I was joking with Kristen to see if she could tell the difference between the two, and I was going to list them. But I think the smash or pass bedroom one is better. I think it would be fun if do you want to take turns? One person?
Yes. You go first, though. She's got some good ones. I want her to read them, and I want her to read them.
The first one's not bad.
We're starting off okay.
We're starting off easy.
We're weaning ourselves into it. Okay.
Yeah, it's the second one that's really going to fluster me.
Oh, okay. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Okay, so I'm going to say the line.
Okay.
Now, I tried to keep my lines with them like... It was hard every time to get them, like, literally in the act doing it because some men know how to keep their mouth shut when the action is happening. Some don't.
Exactly.
But, so I tried to pick lines of them, like, literally in the action doing it, and so this one's good.
Okay.
So you will get an extra point, or you just get a point.
If I name who it is.
If you can name who it is.
Okay, I was going to say, I wanted to do that. I wanted to figure if I name who it is.
Okay, so Kristen, smash or pass this bedroom line.
Okay.
Careful what you say. You'll spend me too soon with that wicked mouth of yours.
Is that from Kingdom of the Wicked?
No.
Ooh. That does sound familiar, though. Mm-hmm. But always, that's definitely a smash.
Yeah, that's a good smash.
Ooh, I know. That sounds familiar. Okay, I give up.
Elm.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The only reason why I said Kingdom of the Wicked because this is Wicked. They said Wicked quite a bit now.
Yeah. I actually did not remember him saying this line, and I think this is around the throne scene.
Okay, because I love that scene. I was saying that sounds familiar, and I know I liked that scene.
I almost picked the Beg Me, but I was like, she's gonna get it.
And I did it. I was like, I don't think she'll get this. But she got you mentioned.
Well, that's my line.
I know, I love that line too. One of my favorite lines. There's also another one. I'm gonna see if you can figure out what it is. But okay.
So yeah. That was a smash. That's absolutely a smash.
Yeah, that's smash.
Smash.
Okay, you ready for this one?
Yes.
Okay. I would worship every inch of your body for as long as our souls are tethered to this earth. My tongue would leave no part of you untouched.
Ooh, that's a smash.
Can you guess?
That's a good line. Is that Slade?
No.
Is that Kingdom of the Wicked?
No.
Okay, then I don't know.
It's Zayd.
See, I didn't have a problem with Zayd's bedroom talk.
No, sometimes.
You disliked it more than I disliked it. That's a good one. See,
I
like that.
Yeah.
That's a smash.
It is a smash.
Okay, Kristen. I'm going to say this to the best of my ability with the full confidence of the man who said this.
Please.
I will be bleeping, so I'm just going to go ahead and just say it full out.
All ears, madam. All ears.
I'm going to not look at you.
Try not to blush.
I'm going to blush so hard. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
I did take out one word because it was super obvious, so I took out a word.
I did that too.
Okay, here we go. Okay. I want your slick to coat my I want your
Whoa! Slow it down!
So hard that it demands me to come with you. I want to bust inside of you until my comes dripping from this hot thrust. Tight thrust. Thrust.
Slade.
I had to like encapsulate something that like perfectly made up his entire speech every time.
The reason why I knew that is because I was actually thinking about that, but I kept seeing thrust. I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not saying that.
I was like, this is the problem. This is so a smash or pass.
Pass. Like, dude, shut up.
That is so much, bro. That's 1, 2, 3. If you count the thrust, that's like 5 sentences.
This is while sex is happening.
This is
like
mid.
If he was talking, like saying this stuff he wanted to do prior to, I'd be like, oh, okay, man, douche. But you're doing this while we're doing. Like stop talking about it, just do it.
Literally, they're in penetration right now.
Yeah, like stop, just perform. Like I don't need you to like
5 sentences. Come on, bro. God damn it! And this is not an outlier. This is every single scene.
Yes. Yeah.
Without fail.
Yeah.
So yeah, you nailed it, of course, because
it's obvious.
Nobody would talk that fucking much but Slade.
Not the books we've been reading.
No.
Oh, okay. Ready?
I'm ready.
When I go to my knees before you, it will be to conquer, not surrender. If you harbor any doubts, I shall enjoy proving you wrong. Now unbuckle my armor.
That is Kingdom of the Wicked.
Yes.
That is whatever the fuck.
Wrath.
Yeah. Wrath, yes. That is a smash.
That is a smash.
I like that. I think I read that. I was looking at it. And I was like, no.
But now unbuckle my armor, hit it. Like, that's where it gets to.
Yeah, because
I think that was the scene where he was lusting, like having her, like showing her lust, like he's teaching her.
Yes. And
they were in the dining, the best scene.
I was just about to say that because that's where I went.
Yeah.
Because that whole scene when he's like giving her the fucking business.
Yes.
I'm like, Daddy.
And then he like beats her.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think in that scene he like tells her, "Now you know what you want. Now go
do it yourself." Yep. She went in there trying to get him to lust for her, and that's not what happened. He doesn't know how to do it.
He got her all hot and bothered and
yeah, that was the second book. The second book was probably the best book.
The best book, yeah. And the great smut. That was the problem with her. Her book sucked, but her smut was wonderful.
Kingdom of the Cursed for you guys if you don't know.
Yes. But you will have to go through Kingdom of the Wicked.
Which is a horrible book.
And don't even bother with
Kingdom of Fear.
Final one.
That last book was shit. Shit.
If you want our full unfiltered thoughts, that's episode 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, our very first.
They're bad, but they're hilarious.
They're so crazy. Like that. Those we were having a hard time with everything.
Yeah, it was so bad. It was good, I guess. All right. This is a good one. Okay. I also omitted the name.
Okay.
But. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm a bad choice. Fuck your tight. You've never really. I'm a terrible fucking choice. Damn it, the worst.
I don't fucking know. This was a hard one, but pass.
Ooh.
Pass.
See, I like the I'm a bad choice. Like you're in it. Like you're going at it and you're like I'm a worst choice. Like for some reason
I like that too, but like I feel like you're not making me feel like this is gonna make it better.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to.
Do I remember this one?
Maybe you don't, but
who is it?
Draco.
I don't remember this.
This is the hospital scene in Residence of Battle Scars.
Yeah, I didn't like that he was trying to make her hate it, and I think that's why it's a pass because I don't like that, but I do like shortly after when she tells him, "Hey, stop, knock it off," like, and after that I was just like, okay. I mean, I get it, he's torn, but like, I don't want.
No, yeah, I
don't want it to be like that.
I mean,
stop it.
So the toxicity was just, I was here for it. Yeah. See, I was already swooning because of manacles. I was like, this man can do no wrong. Please, the toxic, the better with this one. I don't know why, and I had to pull from this because this is the best smut. Because there is nothing in manacle.
Manacle's hard. I tried to.
And it was hard because this man does not talk a lot as usual. He just lets his body do the talking for him. So it's hard to find a line. But this one, I was like, you're telling me I'm a terrible choice. Like, I'm the fucking worst.
I'm like, no, stop it. Don't say that. You're good. Stop it. I'll be in delusional world. Delulu world.
Oh, that's
okay, you ready for this one?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to guess it. It's really easy because it's, before that effort. Ready?
Yeah.
I want your eyes on the window. I want you to see all those people right outside while I fuck you clean.
Pass. Pass.
You know
that's Lane. Karen scene. Book 3 and 4.
I purposely picked that. I was like, where's the Karen scene quote? Where's the Karen? Because all the other things it's talking is so long. I didn't want to read a whole paragraph. I was like, this is right. like in the beginning.
That's the shortest bad line.
Yes.
It's funny because that's the scene for me that I was just like, fuck this book. I'm so tired of his shit.
Yeah.
I hated that
I
scene.
had to do it. I had to put it in there.
I love it. All right. When I'm making that feel good, then you can call me God.
Pass. Zane Meadows.
You nailed it. You hated those God
Fucking
lines.
hated them.
I was feeling it. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I'm reading too many God books. Like he's coming in shorthanded. Sorry,
Yeah.
sir. You are not a God.
It did get old, but
Yeah.
this is from the first book, and I was like,
Yeah, you
damn.
were feeling the first book.
I was feeling him.
No.
And these God lines. Because I was like, damn, ooh, show me. Let's see.
I'm like, stop it. I would have stopped him mid God sentence. I was like, dude, stop. You ain't no God, and it ain't coming out that way. You're disappointing me.
It disappointed me, yeah. Like, for real. Ain't no Shadow Daddy. Let's start calling him Shaddies.
Shaddy.
That's my Shaddy.
Shorty, Shadow Daddy.
Yeah.
The Shaddy. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Which you already know this one,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna say it anyways. Bang
Smash.
Smash. Elm.
And
Two
that's my
Twisted
elm.
Crowns. Yep.
Alright,
Yeah.
this last one's good. Fuck, that's a good girl.
Ooh, that could be anybody.
Could be anybody.
Mm.
But it's a smash or pass.
It depends on who's saying it, though.
No. You just gotta say. If anybody.
I'm gonna say pass, only because I think it's Zayd.
It is. I'm trying to throw you for a loop.
Nope, knew it.
No, she's steadfast in her. She does not like Zayd's bedroom.
I figured out so much that I was able to weasel my way through a small sentence and still figure it out.
Like 4 words. Yeah, no, you nailed it. That was
Yeah.
great. Good job. Smash or pass. Now you know. What are appropriate words to use in the bedroom.
I got one more for you.
Oh, you have another one.
You ready?
Yeah.
Then do it. Use me, toy with me, feel something.
Elm. Smash.
Yeah, I threw 2 elms in there.
That's good. I like how we did that. I threw 2 Zayds. You threw 2 elms.
Yeah.
Fucking love it.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite lines of his.
I do love that.
Because I think that's the throne room.
That is the throne room. And yeah, he's just like, please.
Because I left one part out because he goes, do you like using me or something? And she goes, yes. He's like, then do it. And that's like, oh.
Because like I think that's when he knows that the only thing she can feel is desire.
Yeah. And so he wants her to feel it, and he like tempts her the whole time.
I volunteer as tribute. Like,
yeah. Right? I'm here for it too.
Yeah, he's so good. He's good.
Yep.
That's good. I think we got 4 right for each of us. Right? Didn't we just miss?
I think we did. Well, I did 5. But
well, I mean points.
But we're tied.
I think the only one you missed was Draco, and I think the only one I missed was your first one.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, we know our book boyfriends and not book boyfriends.
We know the bedroom talk.
We know the bedroom talk. We're well versed. Anyways, that was fun. I like that. We should do that more often. It was fun. Yeah. It was hard to find them though, and it
really was hard.
I was getting so distracted.
We stuck to our season 1, season 2 book boyfriends. So that's...
I was rereading scenes too. And you're rereading like the smutty scenes.
Yeah.
I was like...
Only the smutty scenes.
Give me a minute. Let me reread especially Bethany's Bowscars. I was like, oh, the scene is in this one? Let me just read it all the way.
Yeah. I want to reread those books so bad.
Me too. As I was reading it, I was thinking I need to. Also, I looked through Manacled because I was trying to see if he said anything, which he really didn't.
No, there was nothing.
And I was getting caught. That's how I remembered a little bit of more of the specific details of like the event that I love because I went through and read it again.
I mean, rightfully so. I think I would have too if I would have deep dived into Manacled all over again. I would have read the same scenes that I like too.
And then thinking to myself, I need to do a Manacled reread.
Yeah, I know. We're due for another one.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, anyways, that was fun. I love that. This next season will be hopefully just as crazy as this. I'm excited. Maybe not so much in January. In January, we're doing sort of a fun, like, get to know us in our, like, reading history.
Yeah.
So we picked 2 books each from our youth that sort of stuck with us or that we still sort of think about. And
yeah, I would say I think about, not necessarily because it's good or bad. I do think about it, and I didn't know the title of the book the last episode, but I did figure out the title of the book, so that is now on our list.
Yeah, and you can check out our reading and review schedule. The books are already posted up there, so you know. But the next one will be my first pick, which is Ophelia, and it is a retelling of Hamlet through Ophelia's eyes. I was obsessed with this book when I was younger. When I read it, I loved it. It was like it was a 5. I'm not saying it's not or is now, but at the time I rated it a 5. So I'm excited to kind of deep dive, and that was sort of the point of this, like deep dive into books that we read in our youth and see if we would still like them or recommend them. And I think we stayed within like young adults, which is
we did
kind of typical where we are anyways. So yeah, all that to say, next week will be Ophelia by Lisa Klein. So yeah,
I'm really excited to read it. I haven't started it yet, but I will be.
I just finished it today.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't want to give any spoilers on my opinion, but like, yeah, go read it. Though I did find out, which I think I knew when I actually watched it, but I didn't realize at the time, but they did do a movie based on...
I saw that.
This specific book.
I saw that, and I was thinking, should I watch the movie after I read this book? And maybe we'll see. If I like the book, maybe I will.
Yeah, and it has... I remember watching it, but not liking the movie, but I'm going to have to rewatch it.
That's very common.
Yeah, and then I was like Googling it today I don't know why, just for fun. And I saw a whole blog ripping it apart. Like upset at the movie and then also upset at the book. And I was like, damn. Like, calm down, okay? Like, not
that serious.
I know. They're just inventing whole storylines over here off of Shakespeare's play. I'm like, calm down. Is it a good story or is it not a good story? That's all you need to worry about.
Apparently not to her.
Yeah, apparently not.
You have to stay in your lane with the same story.
Yeah,
yeah. Veer off.
Don't fucking veer off from Shakespeare. Whatever.
Nah.
Anyways, so yeah, next episode we will be here with Ophelia by Lisa Klein.
On Friday at 5 o'clock.
Yep.
I think that's our time, right? That's our new time.
That is our new time, hopefully. But yeah, we're so excited to start season 3 with you guys. So if you want to stay in the know, follow us on Instagram, Spotify. We don't know what's going on with TikTok, whether or not it's going to be banned or not. So we may or may not be there, but we are on Instagram.
We try. Sometimes.
And it'll be on Spotify, so you can listen to us if you want. But yeah, I think that's it for this show, and we will see you guys next week.
Bye.